like you can't hang with that. 쏟아져 빛이 멀게 된 눈이 멈추지 않아. Once we go 날카로운 날로 모든 배워 빨리 달려. 넌 못 따라와. True damage we do it. True damage 보여줄게 뭐든 쉽게. 이기든 지든 my crew make the beat. No one could stop us, they'll try but they won't. Nada nos puede parar. Oh no. We're wide awake now. Our eyes are wide open. We're running this world. We're keeping it turning. We're living like giants. Yeah, giants. We're bigger than giants. We're giants. It's not the way we're weak, but we're coming right back. This time you're gonna see how we do it like that. We're living like giants. Yeah, giants. We're bigger than giants. We're giants. Oh, sleeping giants. Sleeping giants.
I keep on shattering time. I might just leave you behind. Homie, you stuck on rewind. You just quit sleeping on mine. You got your back on reclined. When I damage your delicate spine, please don't act out, shy and surprised. They be like, what you mean? What is your winning scheme? I got a giant team. Biggest my self-esteem. Run it back, man. They think they go hard, I'm like, come again. You run out of time and I'm busting in. While you stumbling, I got this blade in my hand for your punishment.
We're wide awake now. Our eyes are wide open. We're running this world. We're keeping it turning. We're living like giants. Yeah, giants. We're bigger than giants. We're giants. It's not the way we're weak, but we're coming right back. This time you're gonna see how we do it like that. We're living like giants. Yeah, giants. We're bigger than giants. We're giants. Oh, sleeping giants. Sleeping giants. Take a moment right here, feeling like it's out gear. Driving towards the sun with a rose and a gun. Feel the wind in my hair, going nowhere I swear. Like an outlaw on the run, dangerous but it's so fun. Running, running, no. Hold on, don't let go. Running, running, no. Keep running. Told my boss that I'm done. Had no luck with my mom. Say, what will you do with your life? You know it's hard to survive. A cigar in my mouth. Maybe guilty but proud. Now I'm an outlaw on the run. Dangerous but it's so fun. Running, running, no. Hold on, don't let go. Running, running, no. Keep running.
Welcome everybody to another edition of Risen Esports Saturday Night League of Legends. What we have for you in store tonight is the Unstoppable Premade Grand Finals. I am the Doctor, being joined by my lovely friend Beatdown Boulevard. How are you doing today, man?
Doing great. Super excited to be casting not just the Unstoppable Premade, but also casting with you again, Doctor, because I'm pretty sure the last final I did was with you.
Yeah, I believe it was a week ago, actually. We did the semi-final for the Premade as well. And as you guys can see on the screen, the teams are ready. They're at it. They're already halfway through the draft phase beatdown. And man, these power picks, you can't get rid of them. They're just everywhere. You're never gonna be able to get rid of them.
Yeah, if you don't ban Set, I think it's pretty safe to say somebody is going to give him a shot. He's in such a good place right now. Pretty sure he hasn't been nerfed once since he came out, which I think is kind of wild. I'm going to be honest, he's a really strong character.
Yeah, Seth is definitely a little overtuned, but hype season. Sorry, Hypnotic Gaming. I got baited by our pro draft. They picked Aphelios, another champion that we've seen used to pretty great effect. You know, having lots of utility in the kit, being able to survive through a lot of things not typically, you know, survivable in the marksman class. But I mean, right off the bat, 2 of tier 0 champions being picked up by both teams.
Yeah, and it's interesting too because now we see Set and Shen picked for League of Dolphins, so might actually be Set in the mid lane. I don't think people play Shen support too often outside of low ranked, out of low elo ranked games. So,
if I had to guess, it'd be Shen jungle. We are gonna have to see what this ban phase comes out to be. I do enjoy that we do have the old Mordekaiser icon. I do like that a lot. Throwback. But all right, Orianna, Akali, we're getting some mid lane bans here against the Lod squad, and now only one more second before we get to see where this Shen decides to go.
Yeah, that's right. We just got to see what the 4th pick is going to be for Hypnotic Gaming. I also said hype season. And yeah, it's really interesting. A lot of mid laners banned already by them in the second wave. I guess they still believe Set's going to be going into the top lane. And they're really taking their time. It's going to be Elise in the jungle. So it looks like they're going to pick mid lane last. Oh my gosh, now there's also Trundle.
Alright, Lod is really throwing me, but once we get this final pick in, I will give my prediction on where I expect these champions to go. We do need to see what their final lock-in will be, because Hypnotic Gaming, there's a super duper easy. You know exactly where everybody's going on that map, and they did not make it easy for me, but here is my guesstimation of the Lod squad. It is going to be Set top, Ezreal AD carry, Zoe mid lane, support Shen, jungle Trundle. That is my prediction. Hype season though. Damn. Hypnotic Gaming. I did it again.
You know what? Wait. I hate to interrupt you. I actually think this could be a Set support. Because the Set support is actually a pretty common strategy here, and it makes sense because you could have Trundle jungle, Shen top, Zoe mid, and it all just falls into place.
I'm going to disagree. I don't
Really?
think you should. Yeah. So the reason I disagree is Set is a champion that can do so well with a bankroll and with items that you're really hampering your team by putting him into that support role, you know, denying him access to a lot of the gold that he can bring to the team. And yes, his kit is strong. You know, obviously having true damage as a part of your kit always makes for a really strong champion, but he gets very squishy very fast if you don't let him pick up, you know, an item or 2 or 3 or 4. And so when you have Shen and Trundle who can do more with less, I feel like you're more likely to put one of those 2 into the low econ role.
Yeah, well, we are gonna have to see. Hypnotic Gaming do have a bit of an easier time trying to figure out where everybody wants to go here. Actually, yeah, it looks like safe to say Mordekaiser and Irelia could kind of go either mid or top. I've seen it both ways. So
yeah, Mordekaiser pretty good into these melee matchups, you know, being able to very quickly proc his passive and really apply a lot of pressure to the opposing top laner, especially once we get the Rylai's Crystal Scepter out of him, the Leanders to follow it up. Really tough to really lock him down.
Yeah, fair. And I'm interested in this Karma pick to complement the Aphelios, because usually with Aphelios you want someone who's good at making space and who can make up for the fact that he's just incredibly immobile, even among ADCs. So you do have the threat with the root, so you can't necessarily just walk up to them for free, but it is going to be interesting because if it is a Shen, actually if it's either a Shen support or set support, both offer a lot of pressure. You have the, I believe it's called the Face Breaker for Set, where he brings people in and stuns them. Shen has his taunt. I think the point is either way, bot lane for Hypnotic Gaming probably won't have as much fun as they'd like.
No, they do have to play the survival game, really worrying about themselves before they can, you know, try to impact the other portion of the map. We are just waiting for the draft to fully commence, and so it does look like we are going to be getting the set jungle out of the League of Dolphins team, which means it is the Shen support. I do have to go ahead and agree with that. We are going to see how it plays into the Karma support, though. That can be a pretty rough matchup just because the melee ranged, you know, interactions that they have going for them. But it really shows that League of Dolphins is going to believe in that Shen pick since they picked it after the Karma.
Yeah, that's right. They know what they're getting into when they choose the Shen, and it's just going to be, you just have to be really careful about playing. Again, it's all about the root that Karma has. You just have to make sure you don't get locked down by it, because, again, like you said, Doctor, in this melee matchup, you have your Shen. He's not going to be able to actually do anything about it, can't fire shots from a distance. He's just going to be taking a whole lot of poke from both the Karma and the Aphelios.
Yeah, it does, you know, set up other portions of the map, you know, having that stand united. You can keep your Zoe alive, your Ezreal alive. If your set tries to get a little bold, you can go for some really kind of tricky submarine plays using that showstopper to, you know, drag the entire team together. But I'm curious what your thoughts on the set jungle are. It's not something we've seen a whole lot of, but it is something that when you go to pro builds, it's there. It's on the list.
Set jungle is definitely very effective. Because again, we keep talking about how good his kit is. He can do well early because he's really good at setting up ganks, and on top of that, even though he doesn't end up building Blade of the Ruin King, he just goes Cinderhulk and just starts stacking HP, and he still scales pretty well with the damage he does, with the HP he's gonna have, and he's gonna be really tough to kill past a certain point.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of what we expect from the set. Top lane, jungle, mid lane, AD carry. He is going to be a problem at every stage of the game. But we're going to take a short break, guys. While the Rift gets loaded up, it's got to get pieced together bit by bit by the Riot client. So stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back with you for Game 1 of this pre-made Grand Finals.
Too fast, life moving in slow-mo. I'm a god, but I act if you don't know. I mean, better put your pride aside. I'm a Benz, get more like a Volvo. Your best stuff looks like my words. Synapses, fire, and burst. Got the whole crew with me, about to do damage. You know we ain't average. I ain't gonna say this again, but it's in my time. Better look in my eyes. I'm a genius in the skies with my heart on my sleeve. You force you a block to a king in his prime. Everybody got a line. Sit back with the stars in line. I finesse like my life on the 9 was a diamond in the rough, and now I shine.
No one could stop us, they'll try, but they won't. Nada nos puede parar. Oh no, we're wide awake now. Our eyes are wide open. We're running this world. We're keeping it turning. We're living like giants. Yeah, giants. We're bigger than giants. We're giants. Oh, sleeping giants. Sleeping giants. Yeah. Shutting it down. Been in the ground and my people all up in this place. Spinning this thing. Go to my rank. Royalty up in my veins. I'm loco. Think I'm so cold. I say something. Ain't no go. like you can't hang with that. 쏟아져 빛이 멀게 된 눈이 멈추지 않아. Once we go 내게로운 날로 모든 배워 빨리 달려. 넌 못 따라와. True damage we do it. True damage 보여줄게. 뭐든 쉽게 이기든 지든 my crew make the beat. No one could stop us. They'll try but they won't. Nada nos puede parar. Oh no. We're wide awake now. Our eyes are wide open. We're running this world. We're keeping it turning. We're living like giants. Yeah, giants. We're bigger than giants. We're giants. It's not the way we're weak. Oh, we coming right back. This time you're gonna see how we do it like that. We're living like giants. Yeah, giants. We're bigger than giants. We're giants. Oh, sleeping giants. Sleeping giants.
I keep on shattering time. I might just leave you behind. Homie, you stuck on rewind. Yo. You just quit sleeping on mines. You got your back on reclined. When I damage your delicate spine, please don't act out, shy and surprise. They be like, what you mean? What is your winning scheme? I got a giant team. Biggest my self-esteem. Run it back, running man. They think they go hard, I'm like, come again. You run at a time and I'm busting in. While you stumbling, I got this blade in my hand for your punishment.
We're wide awake now. Our eyes are wide open. We're running this world. We're keeping it turning. We're living like giants. Yeah, giants. We're bigger than giants. We're giants. It's not the way we're weak. Oh, we coming right back. This time you're gonna see how we do it like that. We're living like giants. Yeah, giants. We're bigger than giants. We're giants. Oh, sleeping giants. Sleeping giants.
Welcome back, everybody. The lift is loaded up. The rift is loaded in as well. The teams are making their way across the map. Once again, it is Doctor and Beatdown Boulevard bringing you the Game 1 Grand Finals here. And it looks like Lud are looking to get a little cheeky, going in beaky-like.
Yeah, we got a level 1 invade going on here. And it looks like things are already about to get spicy. Less than 1 minute in the game. And it looks like they gave it up just as quickly as they decided to get in on it. And good timing too, because we're gonna see great Jace and great Scruff. Also, well, they did make their way into the end of the jungle of League of Dolphins, but they don't end up actually doing anything.
Yeah, I mean, so that's an interesting top lane spot, I feel, because some Trundles like to invade the opponent's top side buff level 1, because Trundle can solo it. Like, there's no fear from the Trundle of actually losing to the buff, but if somebody's there and catches the Trundle out, that becomes an issue. But I really like the super duper late ward from Great Jace to, you know, keep track of Pocket Pick. Nice little engage here in the bottom side. Rhino starting it off. Great homie, though, messing up Hoggy Woggy's life bar.
Wow.
Now it's Hypnotic Viper's time to shine.
Yeah, I don't agree with taking that passing there from Hoggy Woggy. You don't want to walk into that Aphelios range already after taking such a bad trade. So it's going to hurt him. He's going to have to back soon and might be punished by losing a bit of farm as a result. Plus, there always could be the potential of that level 3 Elise gank. We're actually going to see the level 2 play here.
Yeah, Great Jay's taking tons of damage, though. Really can't trade too much longer. Tries to smash down the hammer. But yeah, I mean, this bottom lane super duper rough. This is kind of what we were talking about in draft phase, where the Karma is just going to smash out the Shen. But up on the top side, there's some more action going on.
And it looks like Pocket Pick is going for that early gank, but Great Jace is under tower, so really isn't any point to it. He might have grabbed the camp, actually. But point is now, Always There is actually was going to try and make a play, but is opting against it.
So much damage coming out of this Aphelios level 3. Just pressing the Q with that Severum, raining fire down, healing through it all as well. This Shen just does not have the, armor yet to deal with it. And you can see the lead that is being, taken overhead. Almost 2 full waves of CS in favor of Hypnotic Viper.
Yeah, we're already seeing a bot lane lead here for the red side here. And it's going to be even tougher if this keeps up here. Bottom lane for League of Dolphins, struggling just a bit there. And yet, look, the poke from this bottom lane is just brutal.
Yeah, I mean, this is something they picked into. They knew that this was going to be how this lane went.
Yeah, that's true. We're going to see if it works out for them. We actually have the gank coming in here.
We see an engage coming in here. Flash stun coming out of Rhinos, trying to stay alive. Gets the heal to keep his health bar up. But now we see Pocket Pick trying to get something done. Throws out the Haymaker, but it's not enough. Gravitum, Infernum now available for Hypnotic Viper. Can he get any more done? The Q proc going out. The Shroud coming out from Rhino, but it's not gonna be enough. One more for first blood. Hypnotic Viper taking the kill with the Infernum.
And that's unfortunate. So much committed for the kill to not go through. Oh no.
Twiz forced to flash away, but the stun kept the Aurelia close. Great scruff with a little bit of help from his jungler. Always there, always on time. Call him State Farm.
Although, Always There maybe didn't need to commit the flash to that fight. It seems like Great Scruff had it on lock here. Either way now, that is great mid pressure as the first Drake's going to be up very, very soon. So Hypnotic Gaming, with that mid pressure they're exerting, with the bottom pressure, they can start to look to make that play.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bad lane. It's a little bit worse now. And I don't think it gets better. I think it only gets worse from here for the Ezreal.
It is going to be tough, especially with this lead already being created there. It's not exactly insurmountable. As Rhino starts getting some money, starts getting tankier, you know that Shen can be pretty effective, especially if he does end up building. Once he ends up becoming tankier, he can start to engage more often, actually make use of the taunt, and give Poggy Woggies a chance to get some damage done. But early on, yeah, we talked about it, this is going to be a struggle just because of that Karma poke.
We do see a little bit of tussle there. Just throwing out that Soul Link from Homies, trying to get something out. Oh, ultimate going down in the mid lane. Stun's going to land as well, but they trade CC both sides. Twix, though, is hurting. Throws out the Ignite. Flash in from Great Scruff onto Twiz is going to get the second kill of that lane.
And honestly, really good play there, but definitely Twiz overstaying their welcome. They were marked by the Irelia ultimate, so you should know that you're going to get... She can reset her Q by coming off you and be able to burst you down like that. So... yeah, you got the sleep, you got the drowsy off, you made them fall asleep, but it didn't actually amount to anything but you dying. And now the mid lane gap is starting to widen as well. So Hypnotic Gaming looking strong on all fronts.
Shadow Realm coming out. Great Jace thinks he has the damage. It's pretty close. It's gonna be flash for flash, and he picks up the solo kill on the top side. But, oh man, that was not good if you're a League of Dolphins fan.
And that's pretty much gonna set it there, Doctor. This is becoming a very difficult game for League of Dolphins. They've got a kill in every single lane so far.
Chakram's going out. Cocoon not gonna connect, but the Soul Link does. And Hypnotic Viper with another one onto the Shen. That should set up the dragon, but we do see Pocket Pick on a ward, trying to roam in, just get some vision cleared. But Soul Link established. Homies going out with it.
It's going to be really hard to actually contest this dragon here. If you're League of Dolphins, they might want to try to go for an early fight, but that Aphelios is already so strong, already has the BF sword, but Poggy Woggies only has the cult at the moment here, so And that's going to be the first dragon there over to Hypnotic Gaming.
It's just a Cloud Drake, though. It only gives you 10% bonus cooldown reduction on your ultimate. And, you know, when you have ultimates like the Mordekaiser Death Realm, the Aphelios, they really, not very impactful ultimates. You don't need to worry about it too much. It's just 10%, right? Right?
Well, it's really going to start hurting later in the game when they start building CDR of their own as well. And we actually might have a battle of the junglers here in that bottom side river.
The engage is on. Rhino getting a good taunt off. Pocket Pick gets the face breaker as well. Has enough damage, but meanwhile in the mid lane, the takedown once again from Great Scruff onto that opposing mid laner. Now 0-3 on the Zoe. That feels like it's a really bad lane to try and come back into.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough, and at this point, it's going to be hard for Pocket Pick to really find any lane to play off of here. Is going to try to walk up to Great Stuff, get a little damage done here while he really wants to fight it.
Goes for the really late showstopper. True damage coming out from the Haymaker as well. Pocket Pick, I feel, playing a little aggressively, punching above his weight class a little bit. But Ari's got help now. Facebreaker, but he auto-attacks a minion! With the punch
my God.
Twiz now ignited again. Gonna be going down. Oh no.
You're tilted. You are beyond tilted if you're Pocket Pick. That's another 2 kills. Basically gifted to Great Scruff as a result when a shutdown was really needed there for the side of Twiz. And again, like I said, it's really tough. Pocket Pick don't have too many lanes to play off of, and at this point, mid is definitely on that list as well. Maybe you can try to help Shanghai on top side, but really, more than anything else, you want to play on this bot side before this Aphelios gets way too far ahead.
I mean, the Aphelios is already 2 waves up, 2 kills above his name. Looking at the gold chart, he's sitting on a sweet $3,700 bankroll to the $2,900 of his Ezreal lane opponent. And we can already see some really great map rotations coming in, always there, picking up the Rift Herald. I am curious to see where they decide to use that one.
At this point, with mid tower only having 3 plates left, I think you just go for that. And as that's exactly what we're going to see, always there, drops the Herald mid. That's very likely going to be the first tower of the game here. I don't think Great Scruff even cares if Pocket Pick is coming here.
We can get the flash face breaker in. Great Scruff going so super duper low. Gonna survive. And the tower goes down as well. First brick over to the Hypnotic Gaming team. Second brick quickly underway in the bottom lane as well. I'm curious if we're going to get another charge out of this Herald. 400 HP and the engagement coming in. Great Scruff with a huge kill there. He does eventually go down and gets shut down by the tower, but he gets the second charge of the Herald off too. That's huge.
And honestly, the only consolation here is Twiz manages to get that pretty sweet shutdown there from Great Scruff. Gonna pick up the lost chapter. Already seeing a fight here on the bot side.
Cocoon not connecting the flash arcane true shot barrage. Not gonna go anywhere. It's gonna help out his top laner a little bit. They do end up trading 1-for-1 with the Infernum Gravitum combo on Hypnotic. Viper's back is so big. Soul Shackles forces the flash set trying to come in. Facebreaker not gonna connect. Ignite onto Rhino, and the Infernum is burning down Pocket Pick. Huge showstopper though, forces the flash. One more tower shot as well. Pocket Pick gonna pick up one, rooted up, gonna be very super duper low. Hypnotic Viper though, not even fearing for his life a little bit.
Yeah, it's gonna be really tough for Hypnotic Viper as long as he plays carefully to actually die in that scenario. He wants to keep the wave pushed up as far as possible, and look at the wards here on the map, everybody. Complete bottom side control there for the side of Hypnotic Gaming. So many deep wards already up, and with that next dragon coming up, it's gonna be so hard for League of Dolphins to contest that one as well. And it's gonna be an Infernal Drake, so that guarantees that the Dragon Soul for this game is either going to be the Ocean Soul or the Mountain Soul.
Pretty stellar souls for both teams, but so I gotta ask you a question. So personally, I am a huge advocate for Bramble Vest top lane. I feel like in the current meta, you really can't go wrong with it. We're getting so many attack damage sources coming out of mid, bot, jungle. Like, it just makes sense. But when you're a Trundle into a Mordekaiser matchup that has Elise and Karma as well, do you pick up a Bramble Vest as your second component of the game?
That's gonna be tough. Like, do you want to commit to that so early, especially with how far behind everybody is? Like, look across the board. We don't have a single completed item except for the jungle item there for Pocket Pick. If you look at Hypnotic Gaming, they got first items almost across the board. You see, still only a Bramble Vest for Great Jace, but Blade of the Ruined King has been built by Great Scruff. And you have Infinity Edge already built there for Hypnotic Viper. Really expensive item. And he's already got it done here at 13 minutes.
All right, Death Realm coming out. The gank trying to as well. Great Jace does have some information. The Realm is going to dissipate eventually. Can they get a kill? Facebreaker in. Do they have the damage? Showstopper through. Big shield coming in for Great Jace, but it is not enough. Shanghai with the kill.
And that's at least a good start there for Pocket Pick to try and get his laners back in the game. Again, you probably can't play off your mid laner anymore. It's going to be really tough for Zoe to be relevant in this game because of this Irelia. Oh,
huge stun from downtown! That was the longest stun I've seen connect from Irelia, but it gets the job done, and they get the double kill in the bottom line. They're gonna be able to pick up the tower too. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! That is not a teleport. That is not what you want to see, folks. Condemn incoming in 3, 4, 1. It connects. Tower goes down. The stun from Irelia comes out as well. Stand United's not enough to keep him alive. Rhino trying to use that Requiem. Not Requiem. I can't remember the healing item's name. But double kill for Great Scruff on that Irelia. Plus the tower, plus the double kill before that. This man is massive.
Yeah, this is starting to look more and more like a lost cause here for the League of Dolphins. Hypnotic Gaming winning at pretty much every turn here. They have bounties across the board. Look at this Irelia. Great Scruff is 9-1 at 15 minutes here. They have 2 Drakes for the side of Hypnotic Gaming. It's going to be really hard for them to come back. And if you look at Twiz, it's really hard for him to do much of anything. So he kind of struggles without that tier 1 tower because it's a lot harder for her to be able to push forward and really try to get something done. But she got to sleep.
All right, it does get cleared pretty quickly, but with a little help from his friends, they're able to finally get a takedown again for the Zoe. Now 2-5-0, and actually up to 4 stacks on that Dark Seal. Maybe the comeback is incoming.
Maybe. Now Twiz has built the Luden's Echo as well. Already has the Sorcerer's Shoes. So this is not a bad power spike for the Zoe. Might start becoming more relevant in these fights, but at the same time, if you're starting to fight 5v5, which seems to be the only hope for League of Dolphins, Great Scruff is the biggest threat on the team. Highest level in the game right now. So many kills. You have to kill that Irelia.
Oh no. Shanghai gonna dodge out on that Condemn. Does get rooted up by the Gravitum, but no further danger there. But,
yeah, you say that, but Irelia is here now.
Yeah, a 9-1 Irelia is never what you want to see on the opposing team. It does look like the second Rift Herald of the game is going to be going over to Hypnotic Gaming as well.
And it's going to be really tough to imagine League of Dolphins able to grab that. And again, you can see the vision control for Hypnotic Gaming is so good. They're using all their pink wards, and for the most part, there are a lot of wards controlling the river and deep wards into League of Dolphins jungle, so they can't really walk anywhere without being seen. And when you have that knowledge of where they're coming from, it's really easy here. And we already got a skirmish here at the rock.
Death Realm gonna connect onto Rhino. He's gonna dash away, trying to stay alive, and now we see Great Jace in the middle of 4. Showstopper comes out, suppression. Big shield though with his thing. Cocoon as well gonna connect. Massive true damage coming out from that Showstopper Haymaker as well. But now Poggy Woggy's in a 2v1, finding himself worse for wear. He's gonna go down. Hypnotic Viper is massive as well. The 1-2 punch, not enough.
Oh,
Pocket
no.
gonna have to be forced to run away. Gravitum, though, could be all it takes. Triple kill coming out for the poisonous Viper in the bottom lane. And that is pretty disastrous. Although, I do want to point out, Shanghai was able to 1v1 great Scruff in the top lane.
And that was really important. I honestly think, though, that Great Scruff got a little greedy there, went for the tower dive, took one too many tower shots, but at the end of the day, all those shutdowns I mentioned have mostly been collected here for the side of League of Dolphins. A lot of money just got passed around for the team. So this, I don't want to say this is the start of a comeback, but now in these team fights, League of Dolphins might start to look a little bit scarier. You see that Ezreal is well on their way to start building some items here, has the Man Immune, already has the Sheen building towards that Trinity Force most likely, and has already built that Executioner's Calling. You gotta respect the healing that's coming out from the Irelia and the Aphelios.
I mean, the healing is only going up from here on out, right? Like, if
Yeah.
victory so far in this game one proves right, it means that Hypnotic Gaming are going to get this Ocean Soul, which is huge. They have so many quick hitting, quick ability spamming champions that they are going to be getting so much health back.
Yeah, that's true, and it pretty much means Pokewalkies isn't the only one who's gonna need to build Executioner's Calling, or just anything with Grievous Wounds in general. This is really tough. Rhino is getting a little brazy here. Probably because Pocket Pick is nearby to help him. It looks like we got a huge fight going on here in the bottom lane.
Nothing to be done there. Cocoon just goes wide. They are going to get a second charge out of this Herald. Do they get anything else, though? Rhino taking pretty super duper low. Now we have the Zoe landing the Sleepy Time Bubble Trouble. Hypnotic Viper, though, with that Severum just raining Chakrams down. Look at how much damage the ultimate goes off. Gonna take down Trundle in the back line. Cocoon goes wide, just barely onto the tip of Twiz, and now Great Scruff is in. Huge three-man stun as well. Double kill for the Aurelia. Inhibitors going down. Hypnotic Viper shut down. Two Poggy-Woggies, but nothing about this blue side. Game one is Poggers. It is all Monka S, and this tower is going to be going down as well. This could be the game. Cocoon gonna connect, but it is an Ezreal. Will survive throughout the day.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know that they got some really low HP values on the side of Hypnotic Gaming. It looks like they're going to be content with taking a Nexus turret and just walking away. And let's be real, knocking on the enemy's Nexus at 20 minutes is a very big concern here. So they definitely have a lot to be happy about. They're going to start snagging a couple jungle creatures from Pocket Pick's jungle, and they'll be on their way.
I mean, I think if we can get this game to stall out another 20, 30, 70 minutes, League of Dolphins might have a shot. They have a Trundle, they have an Ezreal and a Zoe. Like, once the items start getting completed for this team, they're really gonna start raining damage down. And Set does become unkillable post 30 minutes. It's just a fact of League of Legends. If you play a game of Set and it goes to 30 minutes, he's literally unkillable. So
yeah, he's definitely a tough nut to crack. We're gonna see if that ends up being the case. But again, we have this Irelia, who's the biggest hurdle at the moment for the side of League of Dolphins. Already 3 items deep, has the Merc Treads. Look at that, Blade of the Rune King, Black Cleaver, and Wit's End. And this, no magic will be able to harm Great Scruff, especially when you combine that magic resist with the healing that's available to an Irelia.
Alright, she's gonna pick up the blue buff. The pings are onto the Baron. Teleport.
I mean, why not?
I mean, look at how fast this is
my
burning
God.
down.
And that's it. They're going to get the Baron, and they might actually just be looking to end the game here. They're running through the jungle. They're really not afraid of anything. With how strong everybody is right now, I don't really blame them. See, the player Hypnotic Viper is trying to kill Ezreal, but can't quite land the shots.
Does now have the Gravitum Infernum combo that we've seen be put to great use all game long. Looking to go for one final push here is Hypnotic Gaming. Great Scruff in a potential 2v1, but I think they take this. Throws out the Vanguard's Edge, just gets annihilated due to the exhaust. Still alive, actually. Death Realm coming out onto Shanghai. And Great Jace is kind of just here to play spoiler, right? As long as the opponents are up here dealing with him, that's 2 less members in the mid lane. And mid lane tower gonna go down.
And it's probably gonna be another inhibitor as well. It's gonna be really hard to imagine how League of Dolphins are gonna be able to stop this here. And I like how Great Jace is still around. A big threat right now on this Mord. They don't want to fight him, so that's also going to be a tier 2 tower.
I know. Going in, gets cocooned, infernumed, gravidumed, and Hypnotic. Viper picking up more kills, towers, and money. And alright, so they get a tower, they back up, they recognize they might be overstepping a little bit. And so, what did they get out of that? They got mid tier 3, mid inhib, top tier 2, and 2 kills? 2 kills. 1 kill.
2. I want to say, yeah.
And Aurelia died. So they went 1 for 1.
Yes, which I mean, that's really great. You imagine that the Aurelia is strong enough to be able to 2v1, but they did a really good job at shutting her down, especially using the exhaust, committing a lot of resources here. But let's talk about what's happening on screen. The Ocean Soul is here, and unfortunately, Pocket Pick can't steal it.
Nope, he does get picked up. No Death Realm available, no Death Realm needed. They're just going to go for the double kill there, trying to get the submarine play with that support Shen. Unfortunately, didn't quite work the way I wanted it. We do get the teleport out of Great Jace. He's going to get Sleepy Time, Bubble Trouble. Shanghai going in very aggressively. Death Realm on the Swizz though. Shanghai is doomed to the Vanguard's edge. And now Swizz kind of trying to do his best. Chakrams, though, are very pointy, and when you hit a child in the head with them, they don't really like it. And so with that, that is going to be game 1, going over to Hypnotic Gaming in an almost dominant fashion.
I think you can remove the dominant 13k gold lead, 25-minute game. And you could really feel like it was over pretty early on, too, especially with the Aurelia taking such a huge lead in the beginning. It really at a certain point became insurmountable. There were a couple chances League of Dolphins had to try and bring it back, a couple key team fights, even a couple key ganks, but unfortunately they didn't play out the way they wanted, and that window very quickly slammed shut.
And that, how do you come back from that, like mentally? Like, you know, it was kind of quick. You kind of got blown up in the mid lane. You know, what are you thinking to do to come into the next game and try and recover?
I think going into this next game, you probably just want to like try and refocus your mental. After getting beaten like that in the first game, it's really easy for you to fall into a bit of a funk, and it affects your future gameplay. But at the end of the day, I don't really hate the draft we saw from League of Dolphins. I really do think it was mostly execution. Pocket Pick did a lot on the set jungle, but unfortunately it wasn't really enough. And I think I'm gonna dial it back just a little bit. I like the draft, but playing the Zoe into the Aurelia is really tough because of how mobile Aurelia is, and we saw that time and time again. I think Great Scruff got 3 solo kills on him pretty early on.
All right. Lots of words to live by, lots of lessons to be learned, but we are going to have to wait for game 2 before we see them really accentuate those. And so with that, guys, we're going to take a short break while we get the players corralled once again for another game of League of Legends. So stay tuned for this Risen Grand Final Best of 5 series.
Too fast, life moving in slow-mo. I'm a god, but I actually don't know. Homie, better put your pride aside. I'm a Benz, get more like a Volvo. Your best stuff looks like my words. Synapses, fire, and burst. Got the whole crew with me, body do damage. You know we ain't average. I ain't gonna say this again, but it's in my time. Better look in my eyes. I'm a genius in the skies with my heart on my sleeve. You force you a block to a king in his prime. Everybody got a line. Sit back with the stars in line. I finesse like my life on the 9 was a diamond in the rough, and now I shine.
No one could stop us, they'll try, but they won't. Nada nos puede parar. Oh no, we're wide awake now. Our eyes are wide open. We're running sip it, yeah. Shutting it down, been in the grind, and my people all up in this place. Spinning this thing, go to my rank, royalty up in my veins. I'm loco, think I'm so cold, I say something, ain't no going back. Now they ask where Kiki's at, I'm like, you can't hang with that. 쏟아져 빛이 멀게 된 눈이 멈추지 않아. Once we go, 내게 더운 멜로 모든 배워 빨리 달려. 넌 못 따라와. True damage we do it, true damage 보여줄게. 뭐든 쉽게 이기든 지든 my crew make the beat. No one could stop us, they'll try, but they won't. Nada nos puede parar. Oh no, we're wide awake now. Our eyes are wide open. We're running this world. We're keeping it turning. We're living like giants. Yeah, giants. We're bigger than giants. We're giants. 'Cause not the way we're weak, oh, we coming right back. This time you're gonna see how we do it like that. We're living like giants. Yeah, giants. We're bigger than giants. We're giants. Oh, sleeping giants. Sleeping giants.
I keep on shattering time. I might just leave you behind. Homie, you stuck on rewind. You should quit sleeping on mines. You got your back on reclined. When I damage your delicate spine, please don't act out, shy and surprised. They be like, what you mean? What is your winning scheme? I got a giant team. Biggest my self-esteem. Run it back, man. They think they go hard, I'm like, come again. You run at a time and I'm